Okay, first question, Mike Schumann.
Yeah, Trayce, curious, you've been in the college game for a couple of years now. What do you think about your team, this specific group of guys' preparedness to go out on the road in a tough environment and come up with a win? Do you feel like there's anything different about this group of guys compared to the last couple of years?
Yeah. I feel like our approach is a lot different. After our game against Marshall, right when we got into the locker room, the first thing that was on everyone's mind was Syracuse. And a big thing for us, Coach Woodson said that we can't lose at home. And then he said, but the great teams prepare even harder to win on the road. So I think it's going to be big for us. It's our first true test. So we got to lock in. I think we've had a good day of practice yesterday, and hopefully another good one today, and then we'll be ready to go against them. So,
Jim Coyle. Tyler Tackman.
Hey Trayce, I hope you're doing well. Were there any moments over the summer in the off season or just any point kind of leading up to the season that you really saw Jordan Geronimo start to develop, or that just kind of his development became apparent to you?
most definitely. I think that in the summer he worked really hard. I saw him in the gym every day shooting on the gun, and then during the beginning of the year, he really took huge strides. He was playing unbelievable ball, and then I think he got injured. So I think so, and we're going to need it from him.
Jay Steery.
Hey Trayce, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So obviously for a lot of these guys, especially the sophomores who didn't have, the full college basketball season last year due to COVID, and you obviously having played a lot of big games on the road, what are you telling your younger guys in the locker room about playing in the big games like this, especially in a hostile crowd at Syracuse, one of the largest venues in college basketball?
It's just that you just got to be prepared. You got to lock in. You got to think of the road just as another game. It's nothing that you can think too hard about. You can't let the other crowd distract you. You can't let them get in your head. And then you got to remember you have your teammates. So I know they're going to lean heavy on me, and I got to lead them. And that's something that I'm prepared to do. So whenever they're struggling, I'm going to pick them up, because not everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows. We're gonna have some adversity, and so I'm going to be there for them.
Alexa Ross.
Hey Trayce, how are you? Coach was talking about how you guys are playing your first team that has all of your starting five averaging double digits. And Coach Woodson from the beginning has been like, defense, defense, defense. How do you think this is really going to pay off tomorrow night?
Syracuse, they have a lot of scores and they have a lot of talent. I think our defense is prepared for it. They have a lot of good players, starting with Buddy Boeheim, averaging like 20 points per game. So we're gonna have to be up on screens. A lot of the players use shot fakes, so we got to be ready for that. But I think that our defense, the way that we guard, besides the Marshall game, we've been guarding at a very high level. So we got to get back to that, and that's something we've been doing in practice yesterday, and we'll probably work on it today. So it's going to be big for us, and it's a true test, and we're about to see what we're really made of tomorrow.
Tom Brew.
Trayce, Saturday night was a big night in the Jackson family. You had your 43, your brother wins the state championship. Can you tell me a little bit about what that dynamic was like with your parents and your brother, and when you got to see or talk to them?
Yeah, so I actually FaceTimed my brother right after the game and congratulated him. I'm proud of him. Now he's off to Tennessee, I think, at the semester, so he's going to do big things for them. And then just the rest of my family, I kind of joked around with them. I texted them right after our game and said, that's what you guys get for not coming to my game. So I'm just throwing a little shade, but I know they had to be there, but sometimes you can't be at both. So it happens. But
just have to get 44 for them one night?
Exactly. Might as well.
Keegan,
Trayce, Coach Woodson talked after the Marshall game about how when you guys were down those 12 points, you guys didn't flinch. What is it about this group that gives them that confidence? Is it Coach Woodson or is it just team chemistry?
I think it's both. Coach Woodson is a guy he's going to give you confidence from the get-go. He knows that, like, even when we're down 12 points, like that huddle, the next war that we were talking in the huddle, he said, we're still going to win this game. He said, it's not going to be pretty, but we're still going to win. And then we have guys rallying around each other. Like, I remember JG was upset, so I was with him, talking to him, just telling him to play through it. You got to play through your mistakes. You're going to be okay. X was trying to get the guys together, and we just had to rally. And like I said before, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have adversity, and you just have to play through it. And he was really proud of us after the game, because teams in the past would have folded, maybe not against a team of that stature, but when we're down 12-14 goes to 20 real quick. So just proud of our guys and the way we fought back into the game, because it felt like for a second there, when they're on their 17-0 run, they were just hitting every shot they took. So
Mike Peegram,
Hey, Trayce, Syracuse is known for their zone. What are 2 or 3 things that, from a player's perspective, you guys got to get done to be successful against it?
obviously the biggest one is hitting shots. Hitting shots against the zone, we're going to have a lot of open skip passes to the other side. Just reading the defense and taking our time in there. Just making the right plays and the extra passes is going to be huge for us. And then obviously just attacking the middle. Me and Rayce are going to have a lot of chances and opportunities to score in the middle of the zone, because it's kind of open in that free throw line area. So playing buddy ball with me and him. And then the third one, I'd say pushing the pace, transition buckets to not let them set up in the zone is going to be big for us as well.
Dustin,
Hey, Trayce, I was just going to ask something similar. You just mentioned the making shots. I think, teams are taking 51% of their attempts from three. Is there anything that stands out more about what it is about this zone that's forcing teams to take even more threes than you usually see?
I think it's just what they're giving them. I feel like they're stacking it in, and then once teams start hitting shots is when they start to bring it out a little bit. So hopefully we can hit shots early, and that opens up the zone a little bit. But we have faith in Parker and Miller and X and Rob and all those dudes to hit shots. And I know that they're going to come in there ready and prepared to make all of them. So
Kevin,
Yeah, Trayce, you kind of alluded to the atmosphere. It's going to be loud there, and probably both teams are going to make runs. I'm just curious, in taking on more of a leadership role this year, how important is it going to be to maybe hold the team up, settle them down a little bit in this road atmosphere? What kind of how important is that role going to be for you going into Martin?
it's going to be big for me. I've never played there. But I know it's going to be an electric crowd. They're going to get rowdy, but I know that 2 of our players have Xavier and Parker. So I know they're going to help us as well. Xavier's been really stepping up in his leadership roles, and I think that he's going to continue to do that. He's been texting me throughout the day, today and yesterday, just telling me about opportunities against their zone and what they're going to do. So it's big for him, and he's really locked in and ready to take on this moment. And then Parker's the same way. He's someone that's also played there, so or played against the zone, I should say. But it's just going to be big for us, and then you just got to treat it like any other game. So that's what we're going to do.